The National Conservation Authority is conducting training exercises for beach vendors on COVID-19 protocols. Lydia Cox, Commercial Services Officer of the NCA, says the merchants have been unable to earn their living due to the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. She says there is still uncertainty surrounding their return to vending.
Today we are actually doing the final of a series of training for our vendors on the beach. As you know, since COVID, the vendors have not been able to operate. Although we do not know when they will be returning to the beach, but we felt it necessary to ensure that everybody is trained. So when the time comes for them to return to the beach, that they would be prepared and they would be able to conduct themselves in a way that is safe for them and the persons that they will be serving. We're doing this training in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism and the Environmental Health Department.
Cox says the NCA has held 4 training sessions. She reports the feedback has been positive, but the main concern of the vendors remains the timeline for their return to work.
Well, the concern that we get, or the main concern that we get, everybody wants to know when they will be returning to the beach. They've heard of the hotels. Some hotels are being opened. They have concerns that they've been out of a job for a while and nobody's saying to them when they will return. However, we've done very well in explaining to them that although there is that kind of what we call soft opening of the hotels, where you have just a few a few guests, we cannot say to you that you can just go back on the beach. We need to ensure that, working with Ministry of Health, Ministry of Tourism, that whatever we do it in a very safe way, and we ensure that when we send you out there, that you are ready, and it is at a time when we know that it is safe to do so.
Shem Tommy, a beach vendor from the south of the island, says the training sessions are allaying some of his anxieties.
Oh, definitely. When it comes to training, I mean, we have foreign people coming in, especially with the current set of people coming in to the island right now, which is mostly being affected from the USA and so on. So doing this, I think it's very, very important that we take heed before dealing with them directly.
Rosalina Lacotte, a vendor who plies her trade on the VG Beach, says despite the hardships which she has endured, the level of preparedness during these uncertain times has to be high.
Well, from the beginning of March, believe me, it has been really tough, because I started last year with NCA, and because of the COVID beginning of March, from March I've been home doing nothing. So I'm hoping that when the season do open, I don't know when and or time, but I think we have to be prepared.
St. Lucia opened its borders in June to help kickstart its economy, which is incredibly dependent on tourism. However, it was only this past week that the United States Center for Disease Control, the CDC, upgraded St. Lucia's coronavirus travel recommendation status from level 3 to level 1. Colby DeVoe, HTS News Force.